Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Juice Made TV, and we have something quick to talk about. So guys, so guys, as you can see by the title of this video, in my opinion, BallisLife is one of the main basketball outlets that just loves to hype up random hoopers all across the country. It comes to the point where it seems like they just hype up anybody that can just dribble the ball fast. And guys, majority of these players aren't even top level players. And to be honest, I honestly think that BallisLife hyping up some of these players is damaging to some of their reputations. I mean, some might argue that it does do good on some of the players because it does give them that spotlight to showcase their talent. And see, that I do agree to a certain extent. I mean, yes, it does allow hoopers to receive an opportunity to showcase their talent. However, in my opinion, they hype up the wrong players that just don't deserve it at all. Guys, I'm sure you know, but there are a lot of hoopers that just don't get the recognition that they deserve because they just don't have that spotlight on them. There are a lot of players that are D1 or D2 level talents, but since they don't have that ability to have cameras in their faces, they just end up going to JUCOs or D3 colleges, and it just makes it harder for them to reach their ultimate goal, which is going to the NBA. And see, that is what made me want to make this video today because, like I said, BallisLife just hypes up the wrong players just far too often. And in this video, we are going to look at 8 players that BallisLife just hypes up that just ended up being trash or just didn't make it anywhere far. Now, full disclaimer, when I say trash, I don't mean these players are just bad players, guys. I'm just saying that they're just not as good as how BallisLife hyped them up to be. It's just kind of a figure of speech. But anyways, let's get straight into this video. So guys, first off, this list is not ranked in like a tier order or like best to worst and nothing like that. It's just at a random. And with that being said, the first player that I want to talk about is Julian Newman. Okay guys, I know I'm not the only one who feels this way about Julian Newman. Like guys, come on, this man is like 4'11" with decent basketball skills, and because he can dribble the ball as fast as Sonic the Hedgehog or freaking Flash, BallisLife puts him all over their channel, guys. Like, have you seen this man play against some great defenders in competition? Julian Newman cannot do anything, guys. He gets exposed every single time, and if I have some footage, I'll definitely put some clips in this video. But guys, it's honestly just so cringy to watch. I genuinely feel like, me personally, I can guard Julian Newman, guys. Barack Obama, you watching this video, you can guard Julian Newman, guys. I promise you. I would not let this man give me buckets at all, guys. I would just force him to drive to the lane because he's not a good finisher, guys, because he's just too small and just doesn't know how to finish against top level bigger defenders. So it wouldn't be a problem. I mean, I saw some news that Julian Newman was getting recruited by some colleges, but I don't think he's committed to any school at the moment. I think he might play overseas, or I think he might just play with his family. I don't know. But guys, don't get me wrong, Julian Newman and his family are doing their thing, guys. I mean, I see they have their own show, I think on Overtime or something like that, and I've watched it a couple of times, and he is definitely an entertaining individual. Honestly, guys, he probably could make something out of that, but as far as him making it to Division 1 or the NBA, just throw that out the window and just stomp it in the floor, guys, because that's just not gonna happen. So boom, guys, the next player that I want to talk about is Quay Parker. So Quay Parker is another one of those players that just hyped up by BallisLife because of his insane dunking ability. I mean, don't get me wrong, Quay Parker is an amazing dunker, for sure one of the best dunkers that I've ever seen in my entire life. But man, they were just giving this man the same spotlight as like Dennis Smith Jr. I mean, yes, they were on the same team, but Quay Parker, he just wasn't doing much on the floor besides dunking the ball in the warm-ups, guys. That's something that just always just irritated me to the fullest, when people think that hoopers are good just because they can dunk the ball. Like, guys, y'all gotta stop it, please, guys. There are millions of people who can dunk the ball, but a handful, guys, a handful are actually great hoopers as well, where they can translate that onto the court in an actual game. Quay Parker, he's just not one of those players. I mean, after high school, he did ended up going to Tennessee, but I think that was just because of hype. He went there for a year and he barely even played, guys. He sat on the bench receiving no playing time whatsoever. Then he transferred to another school And the last time I saw Quay Parker was at North Carolina A&T, and he also rode the bench there as well. And what's so crazy is that I actually had a chance to see him in person this year in 2020, play in an actual game against my school that I go to. And guys, let me tell you, I was highly disappointed, guys. Crazy athletic hooper, but as far as an overall player, he's got a lot of work to do, guys. So the next player on this list is Trayvon Duvall. Yes, guys, I know there might be a couple of people who might question why I put him on this list, but if you look at where he was in high school and just where he is now, it just doesn't add up to me personally, guys. This guy was the #1 point guard in the class, I believe, going toe-to-toe with Colin Sexton, being all over the media. He also went to Duke for a year and he had a mediocre season there, and then he finally went undrafted in the 2018 NBA draft, guys. He currently plays for the Iowa Wolves in the G League, but who knows, he might end up turning it around and being in the NBA one day. But for now, he's got to be on this list. So the next person on this list is Isaiah Washington, and the entire Jelly Fam community, the entire Jelly Fam group, the supporters, everybody, guys. Okay, maybe except Nasri because he did go to the NBA, but now I know there are a lot of people in this Jelly Fam group, guys. However, I want to just focus on Isaiah Washington just because he's the most popular and the most noticeable. Now, guys, I know y'all remember this guy was everywhere, like everywhere when he was in high school. People saw him do an insane looking layup that Michael Jordan actually did a long time ago, but people saw him do this Jelly Fam layup and just thought that he was just such a great overall player. Guys, just looking at his play style and just his overall game, I knew it wouldn't translate to college. He played at Minnesota for about 2 years, I believe, with a lot of hype, and 100% did not live up to the expectations. This is what I mean when I say that BallisLife can ruin a player's reputation. This man was not the player that people hyped him up to be, and all the eyes were on him, and he just could not handle the pressure. I believe that he currently plays for Iona University, and I think that we all can agree that he just did not live up to the hype. So boom, guys, next on this list is VII Woods. Guys, man, oh man, guys, I know y'all remember VII Woods. This guy was like 14 doing windmills and 360s from the 3-point line, guys. Like, this guy was exciting to watch. I'm not gonna lie, like, don't get me wrong, but unfortunately he was in the same boat as Quay Parker. Great for the dunks, but just as an overall hooper, he needed to expand his game. He went to North Carolina UNC and was not a major contributor at all. I mean, at the time when watching him all over the basketball outlets, it seemed like he was actually doing great things on the floor, guys, when in reality, he was just an average hooper who can dunk the ball better than the average human being. VII Woods is 100% one of the most hyped up players in basketball history, to be honest. I honestly feel bad for him because he had all the spotlight and he had all the opportunities. He went to one of the best schools, college basketball programs in the nation, and he just never showed up when it matters most. He currently plays for South Carolina, I believe, and he only averaged 2.5 points last season. So, and next on this list is Jordan McCabe. I know y'all remember Jordan, guys. He was that 10 or 11-year-old that was on Ellen, and he was supposed to be the prodigy, guys. Realistically, he was supposed to end up how Tyler Hero ended up, but his went the opposite direction. Jordan had great handles in high school. He was literally the main man on the channel, and he even had a match against Mack McClung that went viral as well. Guys, me personally, I already knew Jordan wasn't going to end up in the league, guys, just by his height. Unfortunately, when you're 5'11 and you're not a dog, you're not gonna make it far in basketball. Tyler Hero, he was a dog, and he was able to expand his game and managed to make something of it, and he just ended up in the league. Jordan was just unfortunately just another player that BallisLife hyped up that just couldn't live up to the hype. So boom, guys, next on this list is Cole Anthony. Now, guys, I know it may be too early to say he's overhyped, but I'm gonna just go ahead and do it now, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I personally don't see it. I don't see what's special about his game, guys. He can't shoot, he can't create on an NBA level, he can't finish, and like, what is it that BallisLife sees about this guy? This is just my opinion, guys. You see how he played at UNC. He made them have a losing record, guys, and the team didn't go anywhere. I don't care if people say he didn't have teammates. It's a UNC program. They're known for winning regardless of who they have. So if he's that good, he should have did something, guys. I'm actually making a separate video dissecting his game, so stay tuned for that and make sure you subscribe and turn post notifications on. But man, guys, Cole Anthony has a lot of work to do, and once again, he's just another player that BallisLife unfortunately hyped up. So boom, guys, last but certainly not least, we have Mack McClung on this list. I high-key wanted to talk about him first, but we had to get Julian Newman out the way, guys. We had to get Julian Newman out the way. But anyways, yeah, there's really not much needed to say about Mack. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who are wondering what happened to him. He is in his second year at Georgetown, and man, this guy is just not the player that everybody hyped him up to be. Another insane dunker that just he just couldn't translate on the court. In college, he hasn't proved that he's elite in one section of the floor. He shoots 30% from 3, 39% from the field, and averages only 2 assists a game as a 6'2" point guard. Guys, two assists a game. Guys, come on, that's not good enough to make it to the league, guys. I'm sorry. I know he can dunk. I know he has crazy dunking abilities, guys, but that's not everything, guys. If you're 6'2" and you average 2 assists a game, college pro, NBA scouts they're not gonna like that, guys. He should be showcasing his fundamentals on the floor more often, and he needs to prove that he is an NBA level point guard. But man, Mack McClung unfortunately fell into the BallisLife trap. But guys, I wish the best for him. Actually, guys, I wish the best for everybody on this list. I'm not hating on any of these players. Don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not hating on them. I feel more sorry for these players just because BallisLife hyped them up, and now when people go against these guys that I just mentioned, those players try and make it difficult for them to play their best basketball, and that ultimately makes them not be able to play their best game. But anyways, guys, yeah, that's gonna do it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like. Also comment below if I should do a part 2 to this, or just any players that I missed that should be on this list, guys. And also, if you agree with my list, make sure to comment below, guys. And lastly, do not forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel and if you love basketball. And with that being said, guys, it's been another episode of Juice Made TV. Peace.